My speech is about trying to inform my classmates on why having a budget by October the 1st is very important while working as a government employee. It is important to have a federal government in place by October the 1st each year to avoid a government shutdown, because there will be no work, we will not be getting paid, and I think God values peace. And if that happens, there will be no peace among the people. We all know that God values peace. What we don't know or seem to understand is why the House and the Senate can't seem to agree on issues that in turn are benefiting the people who are paying their taxes consistently. I work for the Department of Veterans Affairs as a budget analyst in the Office of Research and Development. And what I do there is I fund research budgets. And research is when a university is affiliated with VAMC, Veteran Administration Medical Center. And the doctors from VA and then the doctors from the universities come together to create medicines that help the veterans. For example, we have come up with, we have funded research for PTSD medicines. We have funded medicines for HIV. We have done a mixture of all things. The issues that have to be, I think that's why it's important to have a federal budget in place, because without that, we can't fund the research facilities to create these medicines that's helping the veterans. The issues that have to be worked out by Congress in order to create a budget is between the House appropriations and the Senate appropriations. And we know we have the Democrats on one side and the Republicans on one side, but that's a whole nother issue. And just a couple of weeks ago, the Republicans and the Democrats couldn't seem to come together on, the issues of funding Planned Parenthood. And if they hadn't come together by October 1st, there would have been a government shutdown. But that was avoided because whatever they did in there, they agreed on a budget some kind of way, just until December the 11th. The objective is to be nonpartisan, is to put together a nonpartisan analysis of the economic and budgetary decisions about programs covered by the federal government. Programs that are covered by the federal government is, like I said, Planned Parenthood, the universities that come up with, the medicines that help the veterans, funding for the museums, etc. And without this, we can go to the museums, we can go to the doctor and get those medicines that we need, not only for veterans, but just for normal everyday people. Without that, without the budget, we couldn't do any of that. The ramifications of not passing a budget by the end of the fiscal year causes a huge government shutdown. Just 2 to 3 years ago, there was a government shutdown, and all government facilities was closed. Some of us were open, but we wasn't getting paid for it. So we were going to work hoping that Congress would decide to pay us, for coming to work. But what I don't like about it is that the people that had to go to work and wasn't getting paid, they got paid for it eventually, but the people that didn't go to work and was able to stay home still got paid. I don't think that if God was here, he wouldn't he wouldn't understand or like or agree with the things that's going on in our world today. We can't seem to get along. We can't seem to agree. And I think the people are just frustrated with the government. I think peace is needed in both the House and Senate in order for everything to just be copacetic. Everybody to get along. Everybody to be able to come to work. And I think it's funny how, with us government employees, our fate lies in the hands of people that can't agree. If we don't come to work, it's not because of something that we have done. It's because of something they can't agree upon. And I just don't think that it was God did, made things like that for our fates to be in other people's hands like that. I don't think, that's what he